Afternoon. As Reese's has already popped in Discord, it'll be me again. I'll be getting Twitch chat on my phone when it decides to recognise that this channel is live, because it never seems to do it straight away. There we go. Sorted. Alright, so sorted. Alright, so sorted. Hold on, I've got noise up. Let me turn that down. Come on, thing. Right, okay, now I'm sorted. So, yeah, as Reese has put in Discord, it'll be me again for Yog. For the foreseeable future at the moment. So unfortunately there won't be any games to watch. It'll just be listening to me drivel on. I went to see Yog today. Took him up some supplies, some food and snacks and stuff. What else did I take his head off with my duvet. Apparently the one they've provided there is like a single duvet, and he's used to a king size. But I couldn't give his duvet because it's too hot in there, so he had to steal mine. So a bit of a palaver, but we got there in the end. So and I sent him some of his Warhammer stuff to build as well. So you can do that, and a couple of books for him to read. So hopefully he won't be quite as bored. He is going to see if he can go to the gym. They have a gym there. So he's going to see if they can do a bit of exercise in there to make himself feel a bit better. He seemed to be in a lot more positive mood today, which is great to see. It's put my mind at rest a little bit, so I'm hoping that I'll sleep better tonight, because me and Yog were conversing at 3 o'clock this morning on the text, because he couldn't sleep either. So yeah, I'm hoping he sleeps better. They did say they would be able to give him a sleeping tablet if he wanted one, so I'm hoping he takes that up for a couple of days at least, just to try and get himself back on track and go from there. Hi Badrox, you okay? I'm trying to see what this little emoji is that you've sent me. I can't read it, it's tiny. Ah, hello there, I got it to open up. Hello. Yeah, I'm doing alright. I've seen him today. I feel a lot better that he's in a much more positive mood. He did get some correspondence on this web portal that he uses to discuss his ADHD, which wasn't fantastic today. But the lady I spoke to at the facility sort of give one of those rolling of her eyes, we'll probably be able to do something before that, kind of looks to me. So I'm hoping that's what will happen, and then obviously we can get him out of there much more quickly than not. She has said it would be weeks rather than months, so it could be a little while yet, but it all depends on these meds basically. Yeah, I really do hope he can come home soon. But I want to make sure that he's got all the help and support and that he needs in place before he does. That sounds sort of selfish, but it's for his own benefit, in the fact that I don't want to go through all the pain and heartbreak of earlier this week, just to end up in the same position again. So I want everything to be sorted before he comes back to me here. So yeah, but obviously, yeah, if they can do that quicker, then I would be definitely more appreciative of that. I miss him. It's one of those. But yeah, like I say, it has put my mind at rest to see him today. He does look a lot more positive about things. And tomorrow my job is to go digging around for power cables and HDMI cables and whatever, because I'm going to take his PS3 or PS4 into him on Tuesday when I go again, so that he's got something to do. So actually I might do that this evening. I haven't decided yet. I'm ready for bed already, which is terrible, I know, but sorry, excuse me, I'm going to yawn. Oh, crikey. Oh, I think it's catching up with me as well now, to be fair. Yeah, so that's pretty much the update at the moment. That's where we're at. And I think we'll know more tomorrow, because you should be able to see a doctor tomorrow. So he will actually get some... I'm not saying he's not getting professional help now, but he'll actually be able to speak to someone that should be able to make choices about his medication and what they will put him on and what the plan is. So hopefully he'll be able to start getting some wheels in motion tomorrow with regards to that. And they've asked me to go in on Thursday, basically to go, excuse me again, basically because they'll be doing the rounds, apparently is what it's called. So it'll be the psychiatrist, I don't know if there's a psychologist involved as well, there'll be community support workers, half a dozen different people from different departments that would work with him, to go through a lot of stuff with him and work out a more full plan. But they want me to go there as well, so that I know what's happening, because Yogg's struggling to remember everything that's going on and what people have said. Oh my word, sorry, it just hit me how tired I am. So yeah, I've got to go in on the Thursday. I've got to go in. I will try to get in as much as possible to see him anyway, but go in on Thursday, go through all that with them, and then take it from there. But I'm hoping, I mean, when we saw the psychiatrist at Leighton Hospital, which is where he was taken to first, he was talking about putting him on a lower dose of the medication that... Oh God, I'm so sorry. A lower dose of the medication that he was already on, and adding something else in there in order to sort of like even it all out. Hello cats, what do you want? But I don't know if that's the going to be the same procedure, if you like, with this new psychiatrist. So we'll just have to wait and see. Which cat is that? Are you Catcher? You are, aren't you? Hello. Don't stand on the keyboard, please. Thank you. Yeah, and Yog even joked before that I might have to bring his PC in for him. I'm sure he's told you many times before, but it is an absolute monster of a unit. It's so heavy, and it doesn't seem to be weighted in one particular spot, so it's very difficult to get purchase on it. We ended up putting it on a sheet or a duvet when it first got here, and sort of like dragging it up the stairs like that. And it's got glass panels on it, so it was like, it's great. One wrong move here and they're gone. So yes, getting the computer down the stairs, into the car, and then back up the stairs and all the rest of it is definitely a no-go. So he's been told under no uncertain terms will that be happening. I, to be honest, don't think they'd allow it anyway. They're having to pat test all his stuff. Sorry, I'm going to yawn again. They've got to like pat test anything he puts into the walls anyway, so that's why he couldn't have his charger for the first night or two. But they've since said that, yeah, he can just have it. They'll pat test it tomorrow, but he can have it overnight. So I think it's a bit more sensible, if you like, than rigidly following any sort of rules. So I don't know. There's not a whole lot more I can tell you guys, really, to be honest. It's much of a muchness at the moment. Things are looking up. Things will probably know more tomorrow. I just hope he keeps his chin up and keeps communicating with the staff, because he wasn't for a while, and I don't think he was doing himself any favours, because obviously they're there to make sure that he's okay, and if he's not talking to them, they don't really know if he's okay. or they would assume that he's not okay because of that. So yeah, he was probably not doing himself any favours, but when he feels threatened or confused or any of the above, he does retreat into his shell. I mean, people tend to forget that he's autistic because he's so high functioning. But yeah, he doesn't cope with noise, bright lights, unfamiliar surroundings, unfamiliar people, and by the sounds of it, has been dumped into that's the wrong word, it's a very nice facility, but been taken to a place where all of those things are happening quite regularly, even into the night. So yeah, I think it was a bit of sensory overload. Oh, my word, sorry. I was hoping he might... Hey, Red Harvest. Yeah, it's not so bad tonight. I don't know when you joined now, but I was just saying to Bad Rocks that I saw him today and he seemed in a much better mood, much better place. So I'm hoping that's going to help. And he should see the doctor tomorrow, so they should be able to start getting some sort of plan together as to what his treatment's going to be. Plus he gets a Wi-Fi log on tomorrow. He's not had one yet, so he's been using up his mobile data. So he'll get a Wi-Fi connection tomorrow, so we can at least, not build up a ridiculous phone bill. And what was I going to say then? Oh, it's just escaped me. Oh no, exactly, definitely not. I mean, I want to go every day. The only problem is I haven't got a car at the minute because of my health issues. My mum's not very well, so asking her to do it all the time would be difficult. And my dad still works, and he had a lot of time off last week taking me back and forth to the hospital to be with Jorg. So he missed out on a load of work that he's had to go back and finish later on in the evening. So I feel very indebted to them. So I'm going to go back on Tuesday, and I'm going to take his PS3 and PS4 with me so he can do something games-wise. I think there's a couple of televisions that he can commandeer, at least for a short while, so he can do that. But I took him loads of stuff in today, snacks and things. I'm not sure how good the food is there. It's not a big hospital, but hospital food is not generally the best. So I've now got the postcode of where he is staying, so that I can potentially order him takeaways to be delivered to the hospital. So if anyone wants to donate to the takeaway fund that's draining my bank account rapidly, please feel free. Because I couldn't believe how much that Burger King was yesterday. It was absolutely astronomical. I know Burger King is more expensive than McDonald's in general, but my word, I think it cost me the best part of 20 quid for a burger meal. And I know you obviously have to pay for the Uber, whatever, but there's no option at the moment. You can't go out and get it, so that's just one of those. I just have to suck it up. But yeah, the only thing I can take out of today massively is he seems an awful lot better, calmer, more relaxed to his situation. His dad even went to see him, which is very not amusing, but very what's the word I'm so sure? Unexpected, maybe. But anyway, from what Jorg said, it didn't go overly badly. He was worried that he could end up asking them to leave early, but from what he's told me, he's let them stay for the full hour. And that's got to be the first time in 4 or 5 years since he's seen his dad. So, and his dad said he's going to go back again next weekend as well. So, I'm hoping he does stick to his word, because he's broken it a few too many times, in my opinion. But there we go. It's maybe it'll be the start of them rekindling the relationship, because I know Yog would actually like that. I know he has been estranged from him, but I think he's always wanted to have that relationship, if you like.
I knew today was going to be special.
Oh, thank you for that subscription. Oh, how am I pronouncing your name? Gunduz Tamaya. I don't know. I'm sorry. I can't even try that. I'm peering at it closely to see what it actually says, and I still can't read it. But thank you anyway for your subscription. I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, about his dad. Yeah, so it was just... Sounds like his dad's told him more about what's going on in his life than John's told him about what's going on in his. But I think sometimes that's the best way to deal with John's dad. It's, yeah. It didn't go terribly, which has got to be a bonus. I've just got to take a positive out of that. It's, it could have been a lot worse. You're too kind. I can't put my teeth in tonight, so I can't talk properly, and I keep yawning, and I think I might actually sleep tonight now I know that he's in a better mental state, and that I've met some of the staff there, and that I've seen the facility, and I know that he can't just go and do a runner, which is one of the things that concerned me, because, I mean, yesterday I didn't know what he was planning to do. Hello, cat. I didn't know what he was going to do, and he hasn't got his cash card. I have his cash card because he gave it to me in the hospital and didn't want it back. And he had very low battery on his phone, so I was just having like panic attacks, thinking if he does a runner, he's probably going to end up outside in a pair of lounge pants and a t-shirt with no phone, no money, no way to get anywhere, and I was properly panicking about that, which I think is why I didn't sleep properly. So I think I'll probably sleep tonight. Plus, I don't have to be up really early doors tomorrow. Whereas this morning I had to get up and change the duvet cover and get all the bits and pieces of the Warhammer stuff, and I mean there's still stuff that I've not given it. I need to take him some more clothes and things. I've not sorted any of that out, and then went to the supermarket to get him some bits and pieces to eat, which apparently his dad had brought him a load of snacks as well. He said, so don't bring me any more next week. Alright then, I'll leave it for now. So, but yeah, like you said, that's my diabetes up in smoke. I think we'll not worry about that one for the minute. I think the better one, or the more important one at the moment, is getting your head straight. So, yeah, we will see what we will see, but one of them. Hi, Fleischman, you're right. I've got John's headphones on, and I don't know why I keep doing it, because I can't hear anything. There's nothing for me to hear. I'm not listening to a video game or anything here. I'm just like sat here like an idiot with headphones on, trying to block out the noise of noisy cats. Oh, hello. So you're there. Where's your brother? I just heard him a second ago. Archer? Archer? No, God knows where he's gone. Yeah, I think Katia misses him though. All she's done is yeah, I think it probably is that, to be fair. See the headphones, put them on. I think as well, Reese has said to me the other day, he said the headphones and the microphone will all be set up and ready for you, so it's just like, I just put the headphones on. They're quite nice actually. They're quite warm behind my ears, on my ears. Hi Embassy Clark. I'm gonna sound stupid now, but I'm not entirely sure what this 5,000 means. I'm sure it probably means I should say thank you, but I'm virginal at this stuff, to be entirely honest. Oh, thank you. I will let Yog know as well. I was thinking he might have actually been dibbed into chat if he knew I was going to be on, but I don't know whether it's tea time there or what. I don't know. Can't be far off if it's not. Oh, thank you very much, Embassy Clark. I will make sure that he knows that you've done that. That's really appreciated. See, I can't get my words out. Appreciated. Thank you. Yeah, so all in all, today has been a much better day. I'll go back on Tuesday, take him the video consoles, and yes, I like that Red Harvest. So yeah, I personally get the feeling that from what the lady was saying to me on the phone last night and to what she was saying to me today, is that I think maybe he's got a chance of being out of there a week on Thursday. So I say the team are meeting him on Thursday. I think they'll all meet him earlier than that, but it will be a group thing on Thursday, where I think they'll probably make decisions and put stuff into place. Sort of like support groups outside of the facility and that when he gets home, because that's been the thing that's been lacking for John for a long time. He keeps being told he'll get this, that and the other, and then it never materialises, or they offer him realistically the wrong sort of treatment. Whereas I'm from Cheshire, and so is John, but where we live is sort of one division of Cheshire, and that goes over towards Crewe and that. Whereas my parents live on the other side of Cheshire, which goes over to Chester. Now, I'm still registered by my GP under my mum and dad's address, so all my care is done by the Chester side, and I can basically ring up and speak to somebody any time of day or night, and they will sort out medication or appointments, or whether or not they need to send somebody out to me, like ASAP. There's no problem there at all. But like I say, Jog's never been given that. He hasn't got the support network there, so I'm hoping that is something they will sort out for him, so that if he feels himself becoming distressed, he can just ring them up and they will sort it, or at least start to attempt to sort it. Let's say I had to phone mine the other day about getting some sleeping medication, and they sorted me out. They gave me what I wanted in the end, but because of everything that then went on with Yog, I've not actually had a chance to do it yet. So I intend to try that, I think, tonight, and see if it gets me to sleep through. But let's see. We will see what we will see. It is typical NHS. It is very much so. It's crazy because, I'm under the Countess of Chester, for one thing, I'm under the mental health outpatients team, which is on the Countess of Chester site, but it's not the same hospital. And then I'm under Clatterbridge on the Wirral for my chronic widespread pain. And I really can't fault any of them. They get me in. Oh, I was under Chester for my eyes as well. They get me in and get me sorted. There's never, like too long between appointments. And they're generally responsive enough to... I feel like I can have a conversation with them about what we're doing with my care, rather than them just saying to me, right, this is what we've decided you're going to, is going to happen to you. They're a lot more... There's a lot more give and take, if you like. Whereas a lot of the doctors that are at John's surgery are frustrating, shall we say. There's a few good ones there, I can't deny. But there's a few that have messed him about a bit, to be fair. And then the hospital that he's been to a couple of times, once they told him that he could just be discharged without talking to the mental health team. Another time we waited for the mental health person, and they were about as much use as a chocolate fireguard, to be honest. And then this time, the fact that John had to stay in, I think, was probably better, because he could actually see one of the psychiatrists once they came on site on the morning, rather than just like the duty one that's trying to run around after 20 people that have got the same issues. So he was quite good and said he'd liaise with these and get a bed and so on and so forth. He even said what he thought should probably be happening with his care, that he was going to pass that on. That was it. That was his opinion. So I'm hoping that he did. I think he did, because the lady I spoke to at the hospital today seemed to have quite a good understanding about what had happened so far from the people at Leighton. So I'm hoping they're going to communicate well. The only other thing is we need to get the remote people that have been helping John or trying to help John or doing something. We need to get them brought into the mix, because basically they're dictating what happens with regards to John's medicine at the moment, and I think they need to give that over to the facility that he's at the minute, because they can monitor him much more closely and see how he's reacting and checking his blood pressure and all the rest of it to make sure that there's not a problem. Sorry, I'm missing out on chat now here. Order 626. Thank you very much for that. I will. I'll let Yog know. Is it cold in Michigan at the moment? I imagine it probably is. It was supposed to snow here the other day, but it never did. A bit disappointing. I like the snow. Yeah. Yeah, I imagine it's somewhat chilly, maybe, is an understatement. But yeah, I like a bit of snow. We had a bit before Christmas, and then I think we had another little flurry of it at some point between, it might have been between Christmas and New Year, maybe, I'm not sure. Yeah, see, that's the problem, isn't it, when it goes all mushy. It's horrible. It's lovely when it's bright white and pristine, it's gorgeous, but yeah, as soon as it turns to slush, it's just... And then especially if it's cold again like that night, so it's been warmed up, it's gone to slush, then cold again, and you just end up with chunks of ice bloody everywhere. Which is not good for most things. But there we go. But yes, I do like the snow. I keep looking at these videos, not that it's going on anymore, but, you know, the volcanic eruptions in Iceland, and seeing all the snow that they've got there, and like the contrast between the red lava and the whiteness of the snow. And then in places like the blackness of the rock where it's still not been covered. Oh, maybe I'll get some snow shortly. Where are you from, Embassy Clark, that you've not seen snow in that long? I don't know what 34 degrees Fahrenheit is. That's terrible, isn't it? I only do Celsius. We don't do Fahrenheit very much here. I was going to say something else and I've also forgotten. What was I talking about? Snow. Ice. Yeah, no, none of... Oh, yeah, Iceland. Oh, it's not too bad then. Cold, but not too bad. Yeah, so Iceland, I mean, it's my favourite place in the world. I'd go back there in a heartbeat. In fact, if I could afford it, I would move there in a heartbeat. Just not to the Reykjanes Peninsula. I think that would be a bad plan. They'd probably get a house in Grindavik quite cheap. I don't think we'll bother with that. Yeah, well, that was the first holiday me and Yog went on together, was to Iceland. And we, the day we got there, it was a bit drizzly. And it was cool, but it wasn't... yeah. I was saying that, oh yeah, we got there, it was a bit drizzly. It was cold, but it wasn't too bad. So we drove to the place where we were staying, and got up the next morning and there was a foot of snow on the floor. It was like, bloody hell. And then, so I was panicking about driving in the snow because we had this tiny little car. Literally, our suitcase fit in the boot. If we'd taken 2 suitcases with us, it would have been like ridiculous. We wouldn't have been able to take them in the car. It was that small. I was like, I'm supposed to get the car out of here and then drive it. And you couldn't really tell where the road ended and the verge began because it was all just covered in white. So I spent 6 or 7 days driving around Iceland at about 20 miles an hour because I couldn't see the road. And I didn't know how well the car would actually cope, but it didn't kill us, so it's alright. But yeah, the weather got really bad when we were there. It was very windy and very snowy. And unfortunately we didn't get to see the Northern Lights because of that, because there was always a cloud cover, but never mind. Let's have a look, Embassy Clark, what are you saying to me? Yeah, I don't think South Carolina gets snow very often, does it? So that would explain it. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, with regards to snow in this country, we have more chance of having a white Easter than we have of having a white Christmas. We seem to get quite a lot of snow. I mean, not like deep-wise, but like episodes of flurries of snow. A lot more in sort of like March, April. And I don't really know why, but... I've never been to Zurich, but I would quite like to go. The only thing that puts me off is that's we do insurance at work for Zurich, and that puts me off. It shouldn't, but it does. But yeah, we're a lot more prone to snow at Easter than we are at Christmas. So there's hope yet. We get to see a bit more. I'm not sure what the weather's got in store for us the next few days. It's been low on my list of priorities. Excuse me now, guys, but I'm going to have a vape for a second. There's a couple of John's followers that are in the Netherlands. Not somewhere I've been to, actually. I would like to go at some point, but yeah, it's not somewhere I've actually stopped at as of yet. So I've done a fair bit of different places in Europe, but yeah, Netherlands isn't one of them. But yeah, like I say, it'd be nice to go. To be honest, I think once we've bought Yogg's new computer, I think the next thing we'll be saving up for is a holiday, because we've not been for a while. The last time was 2017 when we went to Sweden, and it was a bit of a weird holiday, that one. Because John was going to PDXCon, so there was a couple of days taken up by that. But then he was meeting some people that he knew online. So John ended up spending a lot of time in internet cafes playing games with these people. And I spent a lot of time walking around Sweden with a massive coat on because I thought it was going to be cold, absolutely sweating to death because it was really warm. And I don't know how far I walked, but it was quite a distance. I just wandered. And then I was, I didn't even have any meatballs, which was stupid because, well, if they're anything like the IKEA ones, they're very good. Didn't have any of that fish that you have to open underwater. Pass on that. But had a lot of well, it's quite handy actually, because I was getting up in time to go for the breakfast at the hotel, so that wasn't a problem for me, but Yog wasn't, and we didn't want to eat out necessarily every night, but near a lot of the like the metro stations, they had like all these little shops, and I don't know if they were expensive or not because we didn't really go in other ones particularly, but you could get like fresh bread and stuff like that in there. So I just used to make up sandwiches and stuff in the room. We did go out once though, and we went to a Viking restaurant, which was pretty cool. You all like sit with loads of different people that you don't know, all on these long benches, and then obviously varied menu. I think me and Yog had, it was like lamb chops with like winter veg type thing. So it was basically a load of carrot and swede and turnip, and I think there was probably some onions in there as well with these lamb chops. It was really nice food. One of the guys we were with had like a platter of meats and stuff, so he had like normal, what we would class as normal, and then things like reindeer and stuff like that on it, which I was sort of wishing, even though mine was really nice, sort of wishing I'd tried it. But if we go back again, then I will definitely be a bit more adventurous than that. But yeah, and the sweet shops there as well were ridiculous. I ended up coming away with a fair amount of them. But the licorice, oh my god, so good. I find these like licorice boutiques, like all with this posh licorice in like fancy tins and stuff like that. I'm having me some of that. And it was like, I don't know, it was something ridiculous, like £20 for like a little 100 gram 150 gram of licorice, but it was so good, it was worth it. It was very nice. But I am a licorice, I do like licorice. That's why I have in my e-cig, is licorice flavour. And when we were in Bakewell at the weekend, I bought some licorice from the little sweet shop there as well, which was nice. It was weird actually. It was like had a milk chocolate dusted shell, and then it was white chocolate, and then it had like a licorice centre, but I think it was more of a salty licorice than a sweet one, so the combination of that with the white chocolate was actually really nice. I'd say they do it in Iceland as well. I remember bringing back quite a bit of licorice from Iceland as well, so, which was good. Oh yeah, I know, licorice, the hipster licorice is definitely it depends, Red Harvest, on smoky flavours. I love smoked cheese. I don't mind smoked ham. I'm not a massive fan of smoked bacon. I quite like smoked fish. Are you going to tell me that there's a smoky licorice now that I should try? Which I would definitely give a go. Oh yeah, send me any suggestions, because I am a licorice fan. I think if I did have to give up... Ooh, smoked licorice fishes. Where do I get them from? This might be me going online after this and ordering myself some. I can get them imported, just let me know. I shall Google. I'm sure I'll be able to find some somewhere. But yeah, they do sound good. Honestly, I don't know at the minute. What about import taxes, considering our dickhead country decided to leave the EU? But let's not get started on that subject. So there possibly is, but I don't know how much it would be. I'm trying to think if there's a way you can find out beforehand. No, I don't know. I'll have a Google of it. I'm sure I'll be able to find some. There's plenty of wild and wonderful licorice sites that I've visited before now, so I should imagine I'll be able to find it. I say the sweets in Sweden were pretty good actually. I remember getting some... What else did I get? There was some like sour apple gummy. They weren't gummies particularly, like... The word I would use is frothy. They were like slightly spongy. But like if you sucked on them hard enough, all the air came out and they shrank about a third. But they were like properly sour, and then like to the point where you're nearly turning your cheeks inside out. But then they were really sweet afterwards, but I can't find them anywhere. We've got a company called Ocado or Waitrose, I think they're pretty much one and the same but not quite, who have quite a big international selection, and I could get some of the Swedish sweets from there. I've not looked on it for a while, so I don't know what's still on it at the moment, but yeah, it's one of my... I do like going down the international food aisle. That's why I like Lidl and Aldi, I think, because it makes you feel like you're on holiday. All these brands you've never heard of and all the rest of it. It's properly sad, that is, but I could spend quite a long time just perusing in Aldi and Lidl. Well, at the moment I have to get someone to come with me, so because I can't drive. So, yeah, and people don't want to spend ages going back and forth in Lidl like I do, so there we go, never mind. Oh yeah, definitely. Anything unhealthy, I will give it a try. To be honest, even the healthy stuff I'll give a try to as well. Like, I don't know, like different vegetables and fruits and things like that. I always try a bit of them. I remember some guy in Tunisia was selling fruit that I'd never seen or heard of before now when we were there. And I tried some of his nice fruits and stuff. And it was like, you don't realise, even though you think there's like a wide variety, you think there's a wide variety of like produce in the supermarkets, but then you go on holiday and you think, Christ, we've got such a minimal selection, really. I think they should branch out a bit further with some of the exotic fruits. Because I mean, I really like lychees, but even finding lychees is difficult. They come into the supermarket every so often, but not that much. So yeah, I don't know why everything that's really good has to be unhealthy. I don't know. Maybe we're still hardwired from days gone by to have fatty foods because we needed the blubber to keep warm, or the energy to go hunting, or whatever else it was that we did. Maybe it's still all hardwired like that, and maybe it'll lessen through evolution in time, but as long as we've not all killed ourselves burning. Yeah, I love a European supermarket. Really do. They are good. Hello, cat. Where are you going now? Yeah, I used to, like, Mum and Dad took us to France a bit when we were kids, and the hypermarket, as they called it. Oh man, I could walk around there for hours. Like, literally hours. But yeah, if I want to do that on holiday, I have to leave Yog somewhere with a book or a game or something like that, because he fucking hates shopping. So I try not to do that to him very often, and make him go in. But yeah, it's like, here's €20, go and have a cider somewhere. I'll come back to you in a bit. But yeah, I do enjoy it. I think probably, and this is so sad, but I think probably enjoy walking around a supermarket in a foreign country than going into any of the, like, not so much gifty shops, because I avoid them anywhere, like the touristy crap, but I like going in like little galleries and things like that. But I still think I'd rather go in a supermarket. I don't know, there's just something about them, picking out all the stuff that you can't have at home and to try it. I mean, our second to last holiday, we went to Corfu, and we spent quite a lot in a supermarket there, but that's because we'd adopted about 17 million stray cats, and we kept going in there to buy food for them. Yeah, I don't think John would stand in the booze section for overly long, to be honest. He'd pick out a cider and he'd be on his way again. I suppose if there was a lot to choose from, it might take him a bit longer, but yeah. But yeah, we ended up buying reams and reams of cat food and feeding all these stray cats that kept coming to us. There was a little tabby kitten that lived on our balcony, or at least came in the balcony, and she would come in and hide under the bed. She'd come in and hide under the bed. Then there was another older cat that was faffing about around our apartment complex. And then when you went into town, there was this restaurant we went to a couple of times, and this cat just kept coming over to John, like climbing onto his knee under the table. But the owner kept trying to get rid of it, so but it just kept coming back. So yeah, we fed that one a bit, and then there were some that just sort of lived at the side of the road, and then there was a mother with like 3 or 4 little kittens that she didn't want you to come close to her at all, but if you put the food on the wall for her, she'd then, and backed off a bit, she'd come and get it and let the kittens come and get it. But yeah, they were bloody everywhere, loads of them. And so we must have spent 50 quid probably on just cat food. Because, well, it was coming up to winter, and I know they're not, the tourists do feed them, but most of the tourism had shut down by the time we got there. We were going to try and go on a trip to Albania while we were there, but that got, Katya, thank you. Yes, I can see why John gets irritated with you, Kat. Yeah, so we were going to try and go to Albania, but apparently the seas were too rough, and it was the last sort of excursion over there, so we couldn't do that. But oh, Katya, I need to be able to see on Twitch so I can see what people are saying. Sorry, go back to sleep, go on. Yeah, so we just spent a lot of time with cats. We did the same in a lot of places though. We didn't have a cat in Iceland. We didn't have a cat in Poland. Did we have a cat in Mallorca? We might have had a cat in Mallorca. I don't remember our Mallorca holiday very well. I was very unwell. I should never have gone, but that's another story. Tunisia, we definitely had lots of cats. I'm trying to think where else we've been now. Can't think off the top of my head. Oh, Sweden. I don't think we had any cats in Sweden. Oh no, there was one that came in the courtyard, which was fine. He just let you pet it. It didn't look like it was starved or anything. And then there was one in Tenerife, but again the same. I think it belonged to somebody. It didn't look like it was a feral thing. So yeah, one of them. Right, I've been whittering on now for nearly an hour. You're probably all sick to death of the listening to me, if you're all even still on there at all. I wouldn't blame you if you had disappeared. So I will be on again tomorrow. I'm probably going to be on around about the same time. That's my plan at the minute. So 6 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time. I'm going to try and do that time every day. If it's any different, I'll ask Reese's to put something in Discord to say when it will be. So yeah, hope everyone has a good night, a good day wherever you are, and I will speak to you all tomorrow. Take care now. See you later. Bye.